equality and theory of justice by Aristotle. As I told you, this is one of the important topic out of all the topics what Aristotle has given. Now, let us first focus on what Aristotle has to say about the system of justice. Now, Aristotle actually divides the system of justice into two divisions. One is distributive, another one is rectificatory. Okay, distributive and rectificatory. So these are the two different types of justice. Please try to understand and try to remember these words, as these are very important, and this will act as a base for Indian justice system also. I will explain that in how. Distribute, Distributive justice system is more talks about the equitable system. Okay, that means equitable means what? Who will get what and how. So this is more of a equitable kind of a system. And who is responsible for the distributive? That means who is responsible to distribute the justice? It is the legislature. Remember, legislature is the one who creates the law. Okay, by the law, they distribute the type of justice. And rectificatory kind of a justice is related to, rectification. That means grievance redressal of grievances. Okay, understand? Rectificatory means if something is mistake has been done or some wrong has been done, how to rectify that, and who is responsible for that? The typical justice system which you talk about, justice system, or you can also say like the judicial system, isn't it? Judicial system. So now we could understand the how Aristotle is considering the justice into two types. One is the distributive, that means to distribute the justice through law, and the responsible authority is the legislature. And what about the rectificatory? That means if there is any kind of wrongdoing, then how to address those grievances, and through the judicial system. You can say that Aristotle has even given the evolution of the formalization of the legislation as well as the judicial procedure. Now, if I can give you more detail about this distributive justice, distributive justice also more mean related to making policies. Policies, like for example, policies. Then you have distribution of rewards. You have resources, office, etc. So this is related to more of a legislature kind. Of course, uh, rewards should be, the reward which Aristotle is mentioning, it should be in proportion to the contribution. So this is what is related to distributive justice, and of course related to the rectificatory. We could understand that it is more of addressing the grievances and more of a judicial system. So this is all about related to theory of justice as per the Aristotle is concerned. Are you clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let us try to understand the second aspect is the theory of equality. by Aristotle. So what Aristotle suggests in the theory of equality? Now, you have to understand one thing, that theory of equality is linked with theory of justice. Okay, and how? See, Aristotle believes that every problem in the world, especially the revolution happens, and the root cause is inequality. So this is believed by Aristotle. That's how he also says that you cannot segregate equality and justice separately. You have to talk about both the parameters on the same table. So he goes on saying that revolution happens and the root cause is the inequality. For example, if we talk about India's struggle for independence, uh, you might be knowing that Britishers treated us differently. So we also felt inequality. So that can be one of the possible linkage of understanding an example as to what Aristotle is proposing, that revolution, for every revolution the root cause is inequality. Okay, so there is a famous quote by the Aristotle. What he says, it is unjust to treat equals unequally. It is equally unjust to treat unequals equally. This is said by Aristotle. Try to understand the meaning. He says that it is unjust to treat equals unequally. That means if both are equal, but if we treat them unequally, then it will be not justifiable. He also says that it is equally unjust if we treat unequals equally. So both are unequal, okay? And if we try to treat them, then it will be somehow also unjust. Now, if you remember, in our class also we have discussed about one concept under Article 14 of Indian Constitution, right to equality. Remember, there are two different concepts we have talked about. One is equality before the law, okay, of our Article 14 of our Constitution. We have talked about under right to equality, equality before the law, and second one is equal protection of law. So if you try to co-link, don't you think that this equality, equal protection of law is somehow is linked with this one? What happens in equal protection of law? Equal law protects everyone equally. But equality before the law means in the eyes of law, everyone is equal. So here, irrespective of anyone, irrespective of religion, race, caste, creed, law will treat everyone equally. But here what happens? Equality before the equal protection of law means law will protect everyone equally. So here the protection comes into picture. Okay. So this is somehow more related to uh, this particular conditions or phenomenon, that it is unjust to treat equals unequally and it is equally unjust to treat unequals equally. So this is how we uh, you know try to understand the concepts of the theory of equality given by Aristotle. Okay. Now you can also see that applications of these theories, okay, yeah, you can see that in his theory of slavery. Okay, application of these theories of justice and equality, you can see in the theory of slavery, where uh, what he says that he says that those who have reason and courage ought to be masters. Okay, he goes on saying that means he's trying to treat every person who has reason and courage equally. That means they are ought to become masters, and those who lack these qualities, they will become slaves. So it will be injustice to treat both as equal. That means if we treat masters and slaves equally, then it will be unjust. That is what is one of the application of theory of equality that we have seen. Okay. Now, interestingly, Aristotle also believes in differential rewards. Okay, Aristotle believes in the differential rewards. That means what he says, that he justifies more on merit basis, meritocratic. You can say meritocratic society. Okay, so he says that people will get reward according to their contribution in the society. Contribution in the society. Now, you have we have tried to understand the details of Aristotle's theory of justice as well as Aristotle's theories of equality, where you get to know how it is also linked to our own Indian constitution. And for the application, Aristotle's theory of slavery, we can see this is one of the applications, that he says that it will be wrong to compare both slaves and masters at one category. So they both are different. So we have to treat both of them differently. Okay. So so far, another articles also you can see, like for example, apart from Article 14 of Indian Constitution, we have Article 16. What is Article 16? It says about equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Okay. This Article 16 of our Indian Constitution is also linked with what Aristotle is proposing related to theory of equality. So, based on the opportunity, based on the what should I say, based on related to let's say equal protection of law. So, irrespective of the gender, irrespective of the religion, irrespective of the caste, everybody should get equal opportunity to the public employment without any discrimination. So that is what is related to equality of theory of equality by Aristotle. All of you are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.